Instagram, on Facebook, and we are live. Hi.
So let me.
Hi, Ahmed. How are you?
Hello, Meir. How are you?
Very good, very good. How are you?
I'm very. I thank you very much, and I'm grateful that you have the time to share a few moments with me. I have a series of questions. I need some clarifications, but before we start on that, let me see if I can if I can share you on my timeline.
Okay,
There,
let's
there
do
are
that.
people who come to my timeline, and they very much and are grateful that they want to watch you maybe from my timeline. So let
Okay,
me
no problem.
share you.
And I see Swapna just joined on Facebook. Thank you. Hi, hi. And let's see. What's
Share.
that? Okay, so we're waiting for Ahmed just to get in. Hi, Amit. Hello. So Ahmed is on the Facebook Live while I'm also on Instagram, and he's just having a setup. He's just setting up something. So we will be with you in a second, or two, or three, or four.
There, there we
Here,
are.
here we
Yes.
are. Go for it.
Okay. So thank you, Mayor, for joining me on this interview. This is my 17th conversation with Ahmad Facebook Live since the COVID pandemic was announced. So I think there will be a lot of people on my community who will be watching very carefully to learn from you. Just
Thank
to
you.
explain to them, Meir Ezra is not only my teacher and my mentor, but he is also a spiritual entrepreneur and a very successful businessman. He believes that you cannot be spiritual if you cannot pay your bills. So it's very important that financially a person has sound situation, and you cannot be wealthy and rich if you don't have a spiritual life.
Yep.
That's so unique. So Mayor, thank you for being on my Facebook Live, and I'm sure there is hundreds of people watching you on your timeline and Instagram. So we'll take advantage of this time, and I'll go straight to the questions. Okay.
Let's
So
go for it.
one item that I have learned from you over the past few years that I attend your programs, your teaching, and your webinars and live events, that I have learned from you several items that is like idea, intention, decision, and postulates. But I'm still a bit unclear in terms of seniority, which one comes first, followed by the other. And I'm sure there will be many people who will benefit from that gradation.
Yeah, you asked me right now to explain the whole Wikipedia in 2 seconds. But let's start.
Which one is senior to the other one?
Yeah. I'll give you the basic ideas. Okay.
Yeah.
So a spirit, is a nothingness. Okay.
Yeah.
And to understand that the spirit is a nothingness, you need to understand that the smallest number in this universe is 2.
2. Yeah.
Nothing can be smaller than 2. There's big and small, plus and minus, and so on. So nothing can be smaller than 2. Okay. Let me ask my friend Regan to have a look. Can you have a look at the Instagram live and see if I'm actually live? Okay. Because I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, good. So he's doing that. So the smallest number in this universe is 2. Okay. Which means that what created the 2 was not composed of 2. What do I mean? the universe started somewhere. The word started mean was not here before.
Before, yeah.
Yeah. So hold on a moment. He's handling this.
This is the only one.
Yes. Okay. So let's do that. I don't think that. Okay. Let's see. And are we live or not? Let me kill that thing and go again.
Now that you're starting a new mindset, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on. And here we go. And here we go. We're going live. Check connection. You are live. Yes. Now I am live. Hi, Instagram. Okay, good. So Ahmed, you asked me to define what is a postulate, what is an idea, intention, etc. Okay, and I said that basically it's just explaining the whole Wikipedia in 5 seconds. But let me explain some of the ideas so I can actually give you definitions. Okay, so we have the physical universe. The physical universe started at one point, and time is going on. Okay.
Yeah.
The physical universe started at one point, which mean the word started mean was not here before.
That's correct.
When I say started, the word started mean was not here before, which means the physical universe, since it have a starting point, and that's an assumption. We are observing time going forward, and we're assuming that it is not, that it started somewhere. So since it started somewhere, it means it was not here before, which means that what created the physical universe is not physical. What created the iPhone is not an iPhone. What creates a car is not a car. So started mean was not here before. Now the physical universe is a universe of two. There is nothing smaller than two in the physical universe. The smallest number in the physical universe is two. There's plus and minus, big and small. For every force, there's counterforce. Nothing is not composed of two, which give us the whole game. The moment that you understand that everything is composed of two, you can basically reconstruct the physical universe. All the laws of the physical universe can be reconstructed from this one understanding. Okay, so you've got the physical universe is composed of two, and in this thing that is physical universe, we can call all the things that compose of two something. Something, the definition of the word something is an idea that composes of two, okay, or something that composes of two, or anything that composes of two. So what created the something is not a something. We can call a not something a nothing, the opposite of something. And a nothing is anything that do not compose of two, okay? Anything that's not composed of two.
Yeah.
And we know that the only thing to bring something into being is by being nothing. So only nothing can create something. So if I take this remote, I can only change it. Within the physical universe, you can only change. You don't create anything in the physical universe, because to create this thing, you need to create the atom that created it, and you need to create the tools that created the atom. And you cannot create something from something. You can only change something.
Yeah.
Something you can only change. However, nothing can bring about something. So this action of bringing something into being is called an idea.
Okay. So,
An idea
is that the most senior thing in terms of? Oh.
Okay. The most senior thing is you. The most senior thing is nothing, because it's a total potential. Because the moment that I put an idea, for an idea to move into the physical universe, there's already an intention, and you can say that an idea is a combination of plus and minus that has not been separated yet. It's not physical. It does not have continuation.
Yeah.
So an idea, you can think about an idea as a bubble of plus and minus that is not plus and not minus. It's not physical, but it's in the physical universe. This is the moment of creation. And the moment that you drop the responsibility, separate the plus and minus, and now it has a survival. It survived. It has a continuation. So you can conclude from that that every fact in the universe used to be an idea, and the only way to win any problem in the physical universe is to combine those plus and minus together by turning them into an idea again. So if you take any problem, and this is, so far it was very esoteric, but I'll give you a practical solution for any problem in life that you have. You have a problem. What you do is you name the problem. It's very important to name the problem. This is what's the problem. You give it a name. You call it Johnny, or you call it the money problem, or you call it a name. You give it a name. And you write down the name. It's important. You need to write it down. It needs to be a fact. It needs to be written down. Now you look at this problem and you invent solution. You come up with ideas as to how to solve it. The solution do not need to be practical. They do not need to be evaluated. They do not need to be, is it possible or not? They should not have any effort connected to them. Just an idea. You just try an idea, 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 try an idea. And all of a sudden, you will see that the problem not going to be solved. The problem will dissipate. It ceases to exist.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because you become senior to the problem. You now become the creator of the problem and not the effect of the problem.
Very good.
Problem, yeah. What is a problem? A problem, actually, it's quite a fascinating thing. A problem is a force counter force. And what's fascinating about it, that the force and counter force, it's both sides is you. Both sides is you. You're pushing and pushing, and you cannot win you. Both sides is you. Once you become cause, you actually stop pushing against yourself. And at that moment, the problem dissipates because you cannot push against nothing.
Disappears. I see. Very good. Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
So we've got an idea, we've got an intention. Intention is the force that propel ideas into the physical universe. So you have an idea and you need to propel it. Intention is the thing that cause the thing to separate into two and have an existence of its own. Okay? So we have the intention, we have the idea. The idea is a combination of plus and minus. It's a non-universe particle that has the potential to become a particle. In the physical universe, the equivalent is power. Power is the energy that has not been released yet. It's a potential energy. Okay? So you've got this thing in the idea. Now, a postulate is a self-created truth. That's not my definition, but that's a definition of the word postulate. It's a self-created truth. The rest of the definition, when it's not my definition, I'll tell you it's not my definition, but otherwise it's mine. So because it's easier. So postulate is a self-created truth. Now, what does it mean? Truth is anything that has no continuation. Listen.
Yeah.
Truth is anything that has no continuation. Truth is not a viewpoint. Truth is not my truth. Truth is the moment of creation. So the beginning of an idea is a postulate.
Okay. Now it's becoming clear.
The moment that you go and you check, is it there? It's not true anymore. What's the problem? Why you cannot make magic? Why magic is generally impossible? It used to be possible, but it's correct. Currently, it's impossible. Is because the magician, the person that tried to make the magic and check, did it happen? The moment that you check, did it happen? It's not a magic anymore. Because you doubt yourself. The moment that you doubt yourself, you have force, counter force, you have a problem, you have continuation. It's not magic. You becoming the effect of your magic. And that's the first law of magician. Don't become the effect of your own magic. Yes. So what you do, you come up, you have a postulate, self-created truth. Truth is something that do not continue. Lie is something that continue. Anything that continue is a lie. Because if I said this is here, I'm actually lying because it's not really here. It's all moving. It's on a planet that moving. The atoms are moving, and there is not this. This thing is changing all the time. So it's actually the thing that I'm holding in my hand is not a thing. It's a changing thing. So if I say it's a remote, the word remote actually contain a lot of changes that this remote going through at this second. Okay.
Yeah.
So the postulate is the moment of creation, is self-created truth. An idea is once you have a postulate, is what you package it into a particle that can be moved into the physical universe. And once you put the intention, this idea is propelled into the physical universe and gets separated into two. Into plus and minus, and the moment of separation is called cause.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is all very technical and very advanced. And in order to really understand what I'm talking about, and not just having a general, very esoteric, not with a lot of proof, conversation, although it probably makes sense to most of you, if you want to learn exactly what it is, what is the spirit, how do you measure the spirit, what's the definition of spirit, mind, ideas, postulates, force, energy, power, etc., impact, every single thing, physically and spiritually, what you need to do is to join my the Secret Path to You. It's basically a seminar about the Yoga Sutras. The Yoga Sutras is basically the axioms of yoga. And what you do, you go to www.meirezra.com/yoga, all lowercase, and I'll give it to you again, www.meirezra, it's M like mama, E like echo, I like India, R like Romeo, E as echo, Z like zebra, R like Romeo, A like alpha.com/yoga. And go register Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 9 p.m. South Africa time, 10 p.m. in Israel time, and probably it is 1:30 on Mars. So if you're on Mars, you can also join.
Thank you. It's also on my timeline down. If anybody is watching there, they can go down my timeline. You will have the link to it. There, for the 3-4 weeks, I was worried and procrastinating about something. How am I going to do it, and what am I going to do, etc. And then last week, I watched one of your webinars, and you had an exercise there. You said that, whatever you are doubtful, write them down, and then you make a decision. And when I went through that exercise and I decided, I went back to that thing that was worrying me, and I finished the whole thing in less than 1 hour, and it was done.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about the power of decision making?
Yeah. The first thing you need to know that the physical universe, so basically you have a game going on. The spiritual universe versus the physical universe. Okay? There's a game going on. The spiritual universe want to freeze you. How does it freeze you? By putting a doubt. It's actually stretching the time. Okay? So the physical universe purpose is to freeze you, and your purpose is to unfreeze the physical universe. And whoever whoever do more of that win in the game. Okay? Now, the ultimate freeze will be total doubt. Two opposing certainties. Again, not my definition of the word doubt. So that definition of two opposing certainties is a 100% doubt. This is when you lost the game. When it is exactly two opposing certainty, what you have, you become a stone, you become a physical universe thing. This is a total two opposing certainties. That's what it's composed of. The atoms is a game of two opposing certainties, a neutron, an electron and neutron, or electron and proton, electron and proton, plus and minus. And what you have is the moment that you have this game of atoms going on, you have a total deadness. This is dead. I don't know if you notice, if you talk to the remote, it doesn't answer generally, yes? So your job is to undo the doubt. Your job is to undo this thing and to make it flow. It's basically, your job is to take the plus and minus, and instead of separating them like the physical universe doing, your job is to combine them into a spiritual particle that exists because you say that exists, not because it's playing the laws of the physical universe. Okay? And how you do that? You make decisions. You make decisions. In the physical universe, you make decision. Any decision you make, you feel better. You become more powerful. It is not the quality of the decision, it's the quantity of the decision that wins. It's not how correct is the decision, it's the fact that you make a decision. So for example, if you drive a car and everything, life is wonderful, and then you don't know, should I turn left or right? You slow down. And you stop, your life slow down and stop until you make a decision and you start to drive. And you turn left. You turn left and you hit a wall. But for that 5 seconds, life was bitching. You felt very good, you know? It was amazing. Now you hit the wall, you make a new decision to turn back. Now you made two decisions, you feel twice as good, yes? So, and that's how life goes.
Very good. The next question I have is, because of this pandemic and COVID-19, there is a lot of fear and hysteria that prevails everywhere. And you have this technique of confronting fear.
Yes.
How to confront to get over it. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes.
How do you deal with this fear?
Yeah. Fear is a state where you're unwilling to look. You refuse communication. Every time you refuse communication, you'll be afraid. If you don't willing to look at your bank account, you'll be afraid of your bank account. If you're not willing to look at your credit card, you'll be afraid of your credit card. If you're not willing to look at your opponent, someone punch you and you close your eyes, you will be afraid of your opponents, okay? So fear is just an unwillingness to look. Okay, so the first thing you need to understand that because you don't look, what you think that you're afraid of do not exist. Because you don't look, you don't see, you don't know what it is. Yes, what the danger is not what you think. Okay. Now, how do you recover your ability to confront the danger? You sit down and you make a list of what could be worse than what's going on right now? What could be worse than this thing that you're afraid of? What could be worse? 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 At one moment, you will see that you will say, that's what I can do. And the moment that you can do something about it, you are not afraid anymore.
Okay, that's
the moment that you can do something about it, you are not afraid anymore. Why? Because when you can do something about it, you go into action. And when you put out the action and not something external to you, put the action, you are not in fear anymore. You overcome the fear. You will see that the people that in a war or in a fight will fight and later on there's a whoa, it was terrible, and they will be afraid from the memory, but once it's happened, they just acted. You cannot be afraid and moving. You cannot be acting and at the same time being afraid.
Good, thank you. Thank you very much. I also have a question. With this situation, what will be 2 or 3 key skills that we need in order to protect against the situation, our businesses?
Okay, so the first thing you need to learn is how to immune your body, so you will know for sure, so you will know 100% that the coronavirus is not a problem for you and your loved ones. So you need to learn how to strengthen your immune system to such a degree that you can swim in corona and it will not touch you. Okay, and there is specific techniques to do that, and you can learn that in the Corona Survival Pack. You can contact me and I will show you how to get it if you want it. So the Corona Survival Pack is a guaranteed course of about 20 hours that by the end of this course, you are 100% sure that your body is immune. And if you do what I gave you, if you have corona, it will go away. If you don't have corona, you will be protected against corona, and you will see that there will be no problem. Yes, just do the Corona Survival Pack. Of course, if you are sick, go to a doctor and check yourself, etc. But do that and you will see it's just unbelievable. If you want to learn how, simply contact me on Instagram, Meir Ezra Official, private message me, and I will tell you how to get it. So number one, you need to fix your body. Okay. Second, you need to fix your viewpoint. You need to fix your viewpoint. You need to become cause. You need to become cause. You have to become cause. And how you do that is by changing your mind, by looking at life from a different viewpoint. And this get done by, you can join the Yoga Sutras and it will help you, but the actual handling for that specific issue is to join the Corona and Cash. Okay? You join the Corona and Cash and you will learn specific what's the frame of mind that you need for business and success in life. And the last part that you have to do is to improve your spiritual condition. You really need to meet yourself, because you don't. What you have right now, what you project out is maybe your mother or your father or your cousin or your something, but you're not projecting you, because the moment that you will project yourself, there will be no problem for you. It is the most powerful thing to do, but the first two things has to happen before you'll be willing to do this powerful yet very simple thing. Okay, so 3 steps. Handle the body, Corona Survival Pack. Handle your business by handling your state of mind by the Corona and Cash, and handle your state of mind as the next thing. And there is a course that I'm doing that called the Map to Might. And you do this thing and you'll see the result. And the beautiful thing about what I'm doing, as you know, that everything I deliver, everything you buy from me, unless I say it's an exception, everything you buy from me is guaranteed. You don't get the result that you want, not the result that I define, the result that you want. And at that moment, you get your money back. No question asked. So I take all the risk. You have only benefits.
Thank you. Thank you. There is a lot of conversation nowadays about the issue of self-love, what love is, and love up or love down, etc. But you have a very good definition of it, which says it's the urge to be with somebody without any particular reason or something. Would you elaborate a little bit on this issue of love, relationships, etc.?
Yeah. So there's a difference between love and relationship. Generally, there's not 2 words in the whole English dictionary or in the whole any dictionary that are the same. The ability to separate the exact definition put you at the point where you know, okay? So love is the urge to be with someone for no reason at all. The moment that there is a reason why you want to be with someone, it's now not love, but it's a business deal. I give you, you give me. That's something totally different. You're now going into the area, into the realm of relationship. When you love someone, you do that because you, the spirit, decided. It's not because how he looks. It's not because how what he's doing. It's not because of anything. And a very easy to give you a good reality on that, when a parent loves his child, they love them before he was even born, before they saw him. They love him with hands, without hands, with legs, without legs, when he is alive, when he's dead, if he's nice or if he's not. It doesn't mean that they don't get upset with him, but they love him. They want to be with him for no reason at all. Okay? So regardless of what the angel is doing, you love him. Because for you, by definition, he's an angel. He cannot do something bad. When someone can do something bad, you don't love him anymore. So love is something that is not temporary. When you say, I love you, it's not temporary. It is something that's ongoing. When you stop loving, because love is such a it's a spiritual decision, it's a spiritual action. When you say, I don't love you anymore, what you get is the physical manifestation of love, which is called hate. So hate is the physical manifestation of love. It's the opposite of love. There is degree of hate, and the highest level of hate, or at the lowest point is hate, at the highest point is affinity. Okay? So you've got high affinity to someone, and it's deteriorating all the way to you hate him. Okay? You cannot stand him, and you ignore him, etc. Yes? But above that, above affinity, there is love.
Very good, thank you. What is the best number one strategy you are implementing in 2020 for yourself?
To know.
No.
Yeah,
very good, precise answer. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think our time is up, but I still have one question. I'm not sure if you will be able to spare some time and answer that one.
I don't spare time, I create time, but go for it.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. So you taught us, me particularly, about the various levels of exchange.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of misconception about the exchange and doing philanthropic work and what it means and what it doesn't mean. But you have a precise definition of this, the 4 levels of exchange. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah. So when I look at exchange, I think that you can think about exchange as level of help.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you help someone? Really, when I look at exchange, I'm really thinking about help. I'm not thinking about exchange like I give you, you give me, because it's correct. There is I give you and you give me, but actually, in my viewpoint, this whole universe is built on level of help. Okay. Now, most people believe that help means to give without getting anything. When you give and you don't get anything, that's not help anymore. That's insanity. Because nothing in this universe has plus without minus. So to give and not get something back is insanity. You're trying to create, and you're actually actively creating insanity. Okay? And when you do that, what you do is you get the physical manifestation of insanity, which is criminality. When I help you and you don't help me back, I cause you to become insane. So you can have a friend that you help him, you help him, you help him, you help him, and you didn't ask for anything back, and he will become insane. What does it mean, insane? He will do the opposite of what logical. Instead of helping you, he will attack you. So this friend that you helped a lot and now is your biggest enemy, the only reason is you helped him without asking for anything back. Okay? Now, when you look at that, you'll see that there are infinite levels in between that, infinite levels of in between that, to a level where I help you, you help me. It's basically equal help, equal level of help. Yes? So we both help each other and it's wonderful and everything is okay, but it's very unstable. Why? Because in this universe, you don't have two things that are the same, and actually it will clash and it will create a problem. Sooner or later, these two will create a problem and it will drop down. The only way for you to actually help a person is to give someone something and to insist that the other person will give you more than you expect, and you undertake to give the other person more than he expects. So I go to a restaurant, they give me, I know I'm going to buy a steak, and I know I'm paying $50 for the steak, and I know I'm getting this atmosphere and everything. This is what promised, yes? But they give me something extra. They give me a free dessert. They gave me excellent service. They were just nice to me. They asked me which music I want. They made me more important. They helped me in some way. The moment that they helped me in some way, I have an imbalance. There's no problem anymore. There's an imbalance, an immediate imbalance, which means I feel below them. You understand? I feel below them because they gave me more. If I am saying 97.5% of the people will want to be above, they will want to be right, so they will go up and they will give more to them by talking to someone about the restaurant, by doing something to help them. And then since they help them, people come to them, they will help the next person even more, and they will help me more, and the people that I help will help me, and you have an expansion. You will see that this is so key that, salespeople have a bad name because salespeople don't actually understand that the definition of a salesperson is a person that helps the prospect to help himself with my product or service. So if I'm a salesman, my job is to help the prospect to help himself with my product and service. Everything in this life is around help because nothing survives alone. Nothing survives alone. And in order to continue, in order to win the game of this universe, you need to be willing to help way more than expected, but help do not mean free. Help do not mean free. It doesn't mean that you cannot get something free. I give you something for free, and I give you this webinar for free. I expect you, I'm asking you to join my webinar. I will sell you something, or I will ask you to go and promote me. I will ask you to follow me. I will ask you to do something for me as an exchange. And if you are really in a good condition, I don't even have to ask you. You do it. You follow me. You go and you promote me. You talk to people. You're in a good condition, so you yourself wanted to come and interview me. I didn't have to really ask you. You wanted to help because you're in a good condition. You automatically know that. So you want to know how good of a condition you are? Check your urge to help. The stronger your urge to help, the better your condition.
Thank you. Thank you. I will be seeing you on Sunday for this Yoga Sutra webinar, and I hope that whoever is listening to this will also sign up for this program. If you like this wisdom that we got from Meir in the last 35 minutes, and you want to have more of this, then please join us on Sunday. And I think it will be for more than an hour, 2 hours perhaps, right?
Yeah, probably 1.5, 2 hours. You never know. I'm starting, and I'm basically, one of the unique things that I'm doing, I never deliver time. I deliver results.
Yeah.
So if I come and say, I sell you a webinar, it's going to be 6 hours, and I see I don't have the result yet in 6 hours, and it requires 60 hours, it will be 60 hours. I never deliver time, I deliver results. Really unbelievable concept that you should adopt. Never deliver time, deliver results.
Yeah, that's good. So thank you, Meir.
Thank you.
Do you have any last statement that you want to tell the people who are watching?
Yes. Yeah, first of all, thank you for listening. And I don't acknowledge every person that comment and acknowledge me and say hi, because I don't want to cut the communication. I don't want to start an idea and then cut the communication. I make sure that the whole environment is very distraction free, so I can actually communicate with each one of you separately. But if I start to say, oh, thank you for joining, thank you for joining, thank you for joining, I cut the communication. So this is why I'm not doing it. My purpose is to help you to get the idea so you can improve. So this is number one. And number two, I want to tell you something that's really, really, really important for this weekend. I want you to look at that and to practice this next thing I'm going to give you. Just do that for the next few days, just for this weekend, and you will see something will shift in your universe. I want you to know that you are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not you. But you are perfect only for as long as you allow everyone else to be as perfect as you. Which means, just for this weekend, practice just for this weekend. Ignore anything bad and look only what's good, how people are perfect, what's the intention is good, and ignore all invitations to do anything otherwise. And you will see that this weekend will be the best thing that happened in your life, because you will see something unbelievable. You will see that people are actually as good as you say that they are good. That's all. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the interview. Amit and Swapna, thank you for setting up everything in the background. And of course, Shamaya for all the orchestra, for running the orchestra. And Gal, my love, I love you. And thank you. And everyone else, thank you for watching. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Meir, for joining me in this presentation. It was very good. I really appreciate, and thank you, everybody. Usually I actually acknowledge people, but today there were so many gold nuggets here that I just ignored, and I just want to listen and let them listen to this. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I see you, I think, tomorrow at the same time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Ahmed. Amazing. Thank you.